Salutations to the sun are my idea of having fun. So I hope you'll understand if I'm not part of this evening's plans. Animals are my best friends. I'm done trying to pretend. For better or worse, that's how I am. I just wanna ride my horse, maybe knit a sweater, love my man a little better.
And this is Kiersten from Fiber and Field Notes, and I just changed the name from Quarter Moon Crochet to Fiber and Field Notes. And one reason is I kind of like the way it sounds better, and the second reason is that it kind of encompasses more. Quarter Moon Crochet is where I kind of started with just crochet. That's like all I was doing. And then when I learned to knit, knitting became a big part of what I was working on as well. And then Fiber and Field Notes, it kind of just allows for a little bit more to happen in here. As you know, I am in northern New Mexico. I've lived here for over 25 years, and I've shown, and I will show still, lots of photos from the land here and the trees, the animals. We have ducks, and we now have a coop, which makes it easier. We have, just an incredibly beautiful landscape. It's mountainous, it's high desert, and where I am right now is tucked into the foothills of the Sangre de Cristo mountains, which is part of the Rocky Mountain range that comes all the way down from the north. But this is this bottom part of this mountain range, Sangre de Cristo. And oh yeah, part of the field notes part, it encompasses, I've started to do some pottery, and we have this really neat clay studio here. It's called the Taos Ceramics Center. I'll put a link up here just so you can see it and look at it. Anyway, they have some pretty amazing classes, and I've been taking classes and really kind of finding what I like, what I'm really not so great at, what I'm better at. Anyway, I don't know if anyone would ever want to see any of the pottery in this podcast. And if you do, just let me know below in the comments, because I definitely would like to show it. And they're changing so much. I mean, my first ones were so much worse than where they're going right now. And I imagine I think it's going to get better, but it's not great. But I really like it. It's very similar. It fulfills a similar need maybe as knitting does. It's very slow. It's, tactile. There's texture. You can't rush it. And there's always like new skills to learn, which I really appreciate. So anyway, if anyone is interested in that, maybe at the end of a podcast or my next podcast, I can put some photos or just show a little bit. I'm not sure. I think I've been finding a lot of knitters and potters. It does seem like it goes well together, but it's hard because I don't have all the time that I want in the world. I have actually 2 full-time jobs that I do. So we're going to start with this. You guys have seen this a bunch, but now it's actually done. So as you all know, this is The Sleeping Beauty by Eleanor Mortensen. Here it is. it's done. I think the last time I showed you guys, it was like to here maybe, and you can see it. I've been wearing it all the time, so it's getting a little stretched out. But I don't stop wearing it. I've worn it like every day. I think every client has probably seen it multiple times on telehealth. But anyway, so here is the Sleeping Beauty. I mean, I absolutely love it. And it's very cool because I was so scared it was going to be too hot. But it turns out that it is just absolutely perfect for fall. And I imagine spring too, because it does. It has like a lot of, layers in there. And so it's a lot of thin fingering merino. And it's just, let me see if you can come and see closer. You can see, yeah. And it's kind of perfect because I can literally wear it when I would normally want to have a sweater on, and I don't even have to have a sweater on because it's just warm, but it kind of keeps my arms clear. And yeah, so that's the first thing I wanted to show you. I'm very excited. It is so fun to knit, and I am thinking about probably knitting another one. And I know a friend of mine is thinking of knitting it too, and she's picking out her colors, and that's kind of fun. So that's that. Oh yeah, I wanted to tell you that at the end of this podcast, I'm going to tell you how to enter a giveaway. And the reason I'm doing this giveaway is because you guys are the ones who will actually use this. I don't know how many people, if I put it up on Marketplace or something, or Craigslist, are going to find it. But it is, I wish I could show you, but it's a large swifter. So very similar to, can you see this? Let's see. Similar to this. It's not the same brand, but I had ordered myself one because my old one I had worn out. I'd used it so much. My daughter Kai had given it to me for a gift one year, and it was amazing. She gave me also the swifter, the big turning thing as well. But I had ordered it for myself, and then my husband had gotten me another one for Mother's Day this year, and it's really nicer than what I ordered for myself. But this is a really nice one, and I'll put some photos up here and a link down to the Etsy where I got it from. So I got it from Etsy. I think it's normally about $80 or $70, and it's rosewood colored. So I'll put that picture on there. And I was going to open it to show you guys, but I didn't want to unpack it all because I'll just mail it out like this. Now I'll tape that back up, but I'll just mail it out like this to whoever wins. And so at the end of the podcast, the last thing I'll do is tell you how to do it. But it would be fun. It'd be fun to give it to somebody who I know is going to really use it. So that is the giveaway. And so you've seen this finished object. I've done the giveaway. All right, I'll start off with, let's see, something I'm working on. So one of the things I'm working on is this. It's called the Christmas Vest, and I'll also put it in here or in the show notes, depending. This is for my daughter's little godchild. She's like the auntie. It's her best friend's little boy in Berlin, and we are heading there. And I think it's going to be too big, and it's a vest, so it's not done. You can see, but this yarn is so beautiful. And it was someone at Knitting Group brought it in, and it's just super soft. So it felt, and only one skein, so I felt like it would be a really good skein to use up on a small thing. But you can see it's got some good texture in there. And what I think I'm going to do is embroider something on it so that it's fun for the little kiddo. My daughter said that he likes dragons or dinosaurs, I think she said. I'm also leaning towards maybe just like some pine trees, some tall pine trees that I can embroider on it. Or maybe, I don't know, if you have any ideas for what you'd embroider on it. For it's a little boy, he's 1 year old, And yeah, I would love your ideas. I have been embroidering, as you know, flowers. So this is and this has actually not gotten any further, except for I did wear it a bunch. I took off the, I think the last time you saw it, it had that water soluble paper on underneath the embroidery. And so I was going to embroider it all the way around. And then I watched my own podcast, and I saw myself trying it on last time, and I loved how it looked like this, and then it felt kind of silly to go all the way around it, and I thought it might actually look better to just have it like this. So I finished it, I blocked it, and then I went to visit my friend in Seattle, and I literally only brought this sweater. Did I try it on before I left my house? No. I just assumed it would be perfect. What I forgot was, you can see it. I mean, it's really cute. I mean, I could try it on, I guess. It's a little insane. The knit world, you can see. So I hadn't tried it on, and so this is the only sweater I had with me. So I don't mind that it's big, but I didn't actually have the buttonholes done, which I wasn't sure about last time. And it needs some sort of, one of the women in my knitting group said to use ribbon here to kind of stiffen it, and then I need to put buttonholes on. But I'm not exactly sure how to do it, and I'm afraid this is going to sit. Because I think once it has buttons, the largeness of it is not going to bother me at all. I think it's going to be really kind of a nice drape and a nice hang. It feels like a really nice size, but without it being closed, I think that it is going, I mean, it was just like hanging like this. It was just weird, you know. So I need, I think, a ribbon on the inside to stabilize it, and maybe even on both sides to stabilize it, someone mentioned, which I think could be really cute too. And then I also need to make buttonholes in here, and I have to do, I guess, afterthought buttonholes because I did not put them in. And so if any of you have any ideas about how I can do that, I would be so deeply appreciative, because I'm afraid, I mean, that I'm not going to wear this. And I actually love it. I mean, I actually really, really like it. I think it's going to actually fit really well and be very fun. And it's this beautiful Argentinian wool that I got down in Buenos Aires. And it's fingering, and it took a long time to make, and the embroidery took a long time, and I mean, not that long, but I really would like to wear it. So if you guys have any ideas about how to stiffen this up and put buttonholes in there in a way that will work, and it can be creative. It can be, doesn't have to be, you know, perfect. Obviously, none of my stuff is, but I do really like it. So I think it looks extremely beautiful and very cozy. I have something else that's finished, but I can't show it to you yet because it's for my daughter's birthday. It's very basic, and she doesn't, I don't think she watches this podcast. This is my older daughter, because she's not the one who edits it, but you never know. She could be very, very bored one day and watch it. Let me see what's next. Okay, last time I talked about the Fie cardigan. I decided to just call it the Fie because I can't tell how it's pronounced. And it's the one by Scandiworks, which is Kristen Drysdale. And I will put that picture here again. And it was my birthday cast on. Actually, I had to wait until the day after because I decided to join the Woolly Thistle knit along, since I got my yarn from the Woolly Thistle, and the cast on date was August 22nd, and my birthday is August 21st. So I actually waited, but it's still my birthday cast on. It's the first time I've ever done a birthday cast on. And I've very naturally and kind of organically feel really strongly about using up the yarn that I have because, well, you all know why. Everyone who has this hobby knows why. I just have a lot of really some beautiful yarn that I haven't been using because I have been buying specifically for projects, and I get to go to some pretty neat yarn stores. And so I've been really trying to use up the yarn that I have because I have a lot of beautiful stuff. And so, but for the birthday cast on, I decided I'll buy myself new yarn. I mean, I'm going to be buying myself some yarn in just a couple weeks. And it's because, well, I'll tell you about that when I get there. But anyway, so the Fie Cardigan I decided to do in, last time I was trying to figure out what yarn to use. And so I got this, I think it's Danish. I always forget if Rauma is Danish. Anyway, it's this Rauma yarn. I don't know if it's coming back out backwards or not, but anyway, it's this one. And it is really nice. It's like, it feels fine. It's not itchy. It's not like super soft, so it'll hold its shape well. And then this is also Rauma that I got for the blue flowers. And then I had this in my stash, which is this, oh, I wish I could remember the name of it, but it's an incredible green, and it's Shetland. It's Shetland wool. And you can see, it's probably Jameson, but you can see, can you see like the colors in it? And so that I'm using for the green. There's not that much green in it, but here, let me show you where I've gotten so far. I love it, as you can hear in my voice. Here it is. Look at that. So cute. Yeah. So cute. I am loving it. And you can see it is a cardigan. This is the steek. So I'll be cutting it open and putting a button band on it. I don't like doing button bands because it's just like a whole huge space or place where I can make a lot of mistakes and it can get wonky. But this one, I really want to just do it really carefully and really exact because I wish I could finish this soon because I would like to wear this. We're leaving in less than 2 weeks. We're leaving soon to go to see our family in Germany, in Berlin, and in Leipzig. And I get to go to my knitting group in Leipzig, which I'm super excited about for so many reasons. And then we're going to be going and doing, if all works out well, we're going to be walking doing the Fisherman's Trail in Portugal. It would be so nice to have this sweater to wear. Looks so nice on the video. And so that's where I'm at it. Maybe next time I do a podcast, it'll be finished. I don't know, but there it is. Yeah, it would be cute even as like just like a yoked sweater. But that's that. Obviously, I love flowers. I seem to do a lot of color work flowers. I can tell I just love the flowers. Okay, so that's that. What else do I have that I want to show you? Well, one of the things when I go to Berlin is there's this wool shop called Wollen, Wollen, which I think is like the plural of wool, as well as Wollen means to want, like the gerund or the infinitive of want. So it's kind of perfect. I think it's a great name for a store anyway. It's very cute. My friend from college took me there for the first time, and now it's where I go. And so last year when I went, I got all the yarn for my Polaroid sweater. I'll put that there, and I'll show it in my next, not my next one, or I'll show it in upcoming podcasts, but it's called the Polaroid sweater, and I worked on it my entire trip. So we were gone about 6 weeks. We were also hiking, and we were in the, Scotland and in the Shetlands, and I worked on it the entire time. And what's really, really cool is that every time I wear it, there's like little snippets of like where we were, or where we were staying, or like the trails we were on, or the landscape, or just the mood, which was so beautiful and like rainy and cozy, and it was really a phenomenal trip. And so when I wear the Polaroid sweater, I really can remember lots of that trip. So it's kind of neat to be working on something when you're on a trip. That's another conversation I'd like to have with you. But anyway, so last year I needed to make both my husband and I hats for the trip. And so I did. I got this yarn. It's Arwetta Ficolana, and it's made in Peru, but I think it's from Denmark, the yarn, or the company is in Denmark, but the yarn is Peruvian, and it is a superwash, which I don't usually use, but I am going to make an exception for this, and again for this, but it's 80% superwash and 20% nylon. And so I guess it's kind of maybe a sock yarn. Is it? What size is it? It is DK. No, I think that DK stands for Denmark. I'm not sure. Maybe it's fingering DK, I think. Anyway, this is the hat I made for my husband, and it's a little too big for him. He wore it, but when we're hiking, it kind of can blow off. But it's the hipster hat by Petite Knit, and I cannot even tell you how amazing this yarn is. And for some reason, I was thinking I held it double with mohair, but I'm not sure if I did or not, and so I'll find out when I get back to that store. I will see if it's just the pure Arwetta, or if it's Arwetta with a mohair. And I think it's whatever Petite Knit recommended is what I did. And when I looked at the Ravelry pattern, it didn't say to hold anything double. It just said to do one strand of Ficolana. So I think this is just so, it has a really nice halo, and I don't know, it's an amazing hat. It's so soft. My husband loves it, loves it, loves it. And so when I asked him what he wanted for his birthday, he wanted the same exact hat, which I was going to try cables. I was just getting all psyched up and getting some pep talks from my knitting group here to try the Tsov, the Tsov hat by Caitlin Hunter, which I have downloaded already and bought, and because I've been really wanting to do it because it looks beautiful. But he really just wanted the exact same hat and the exact same yarn, and he wants the exact same color, which he may or may not get. I don't know if I can do it again in the same color, but this one is going to fit his dad perfectly. So I'm excited to give it to his dad. I'll bring it. His dad lives in Leipzig, and I think it's going to fit him. And my husband, Falco, thinks that he's going to love it. And so this is the one that I made for myself. I can maybe just put it on. My hair is driving me crazy anyway. But this is this one, which I really like. So I liked it without the brim, but you can make it, of course, with the brim as well. And it's just like, it's super soft. And then this yarn, actually, I just remembered it. It just popped into my head, was one skein that I had bought down at the Looking Glass in Santa Fe. And it's called Juniper Moon. And it's also very similar to the Ficolana. It's so nice. And so these are kind of the hats that we choose most often, even though I do seem to have a tendency for colorful. These are Awesome. So one of the first things I'm going to do in Berlin when I get there is go to Wollen Berlin. And I am going to get some more Ficolana so I can make my husband another hat in a different color. He's going to get a different color. So that's that. And let's see, do I have anything else that I want to tell you? Let me look. Okay, well, I put some pictures of fall in New Mexico here at the end. So if after I give you all the info about the giveaway, you want to see just some of the landscape. I know a lot of you have written comments about how beautiful it is here, and I 100% concur. It is so beautiful. It's definitely a place that you can live here 25 years and still every day think it's beautiful. So I'm going to put some photos of fall here at the end. And then on Instagram, everybody seems to love this blanket. And I keep thinking I'm going to get it done and write up the pattern, which is it's just a moss stitch pattern, but people ask for the colors and the yarn. And so I'm going to do all of that at some point. I just decided I'll do it by the end of the year, maybe. It can be your New Year's cast on if you want it, because there's no way I can get it done in the next 10 days. It's not even done being crocheted. So this is the moss stitch, and it's being crocheted. I love it. It doesn't look as nice on the video for some reason, but the pictures I have on Insta are magic. I love the colors. So here we're getting into a lot of blues. But in here are where some of my favorite colors are. Like, I love these combos. Green and pink and orange. These are all these ones. And I'm going to go, it's getting nice and big too. And it's 100% wool. And it's with hobby yarn, which I'll give all the exact colors and the row that it's on. I will do, and I'll write it up and put it in my Ravelry. But it's lovely. It's so incredibly warm, and it's very, very, very long now. It's getting very big. It's like a perfect nighttime project. But I'm going to go get you this. I'm going to go show you something. One second. So a while ago, I made the Andrea Mowry stripe sweater, and love that pattern. And I might have shown it on a podcast. If so, I'll link it below or here. But I made one with this Hobby Friends wool, and I didn't like it. I didn't like how it turned out. I didn't like the way the colors were. Like, it just was something I knew I wasn't going to wear. So as you can see, I'm trying to unravel it, trying to take it out. It looks cute on the camera, but it's just not. And that row of increases there also looks really wonky in the yellow, you can see. But I like the colors a lot, but I don't know, I just don't like the way this sweater came out. And I just knew I was never going to wear it. So it's the same yarn, and so I want to put it into the blanket, and I'm trying to unravel it. And you guys, I like literally can't. Like, I see people frogging their sweaters or tinking their sweaters all the time. And it just seems like it just comes out. And I'm not sure if there's a trick, or maybe I'm just having a hard time with the bind off, but I really want to unravel the whole thing. And it just, like, everywhere I try, I've made a huge mess. See, it's a mess there. That's still okay, but I don't seem to be able to figure it out. I made a mess here at the sleeve, and then it doesn't, like, just keep going like you'd think. And then I tried at the bottom, and I tried on this sleeve too. Like, keep thinking if there's a spot that it, like, I didn't try, I keep trying it. But does anybody have any tips for me? Because it's really it's yarn that would look fantastic in this blanket, and it's the same yarn, and I really would love to use it instead of wasting all of this amazing yarn. So please feel free to tell me your thoughts. And okay, the giveaway, super easy. It's the standard. You have to like this podcast. Even if you don't, you have to heart it, subscribe, and comment. And you can comment anything you want, but if you don't know what to say, just tell me where you're from or where you're watching this video from, and maybe something about what project you're working on, if any. But just a comment, a like, and a subscribe, and I will do a random generator, random number generator or comment generator that I think that they actually have on YouTube. I haven't done this one. I've done one on Instagram for raising money for something. So yeah, do that. I'm going to show you some pictures of fall coming right now. I hope you really love this top that I made as much as I do. And I guess my next podcast, this is big news. I have done Kate and I. Kate is the woman who is singing the vocals in the beginning of this podcast. Her name is Kate Mann. I've talked about her and linked her before. And she's a knitter. She's kind of brought me into the knitting group scene here in Taos. And we did a podcast together. And I also took some beautiful, beautiful videos of her land and her horses and her homestead off-grid, and really looking forward to showing that to you all. We talked about knitting and showed some knitting, and but I haven't been able to do it yet. My daughter is my editor, and she has not been able to do the editing for a bit. Technical stuff going on, but I'm thinking that's going to get solved. And I really want her to do that one, because I think she'll do a much better job, and there's a lot more to do. So I want you to know that's kind of coming up in the works, which I think you'll really enjoy it. It was really fun to make it. So that's all. So I'll show some pictures and some video, and I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much for your engagement and just your kindness in the comments. It's been, like I think I said this last time, it's so nice to be able to read them all. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Salutations to the sun are my idea of having fun. So I hope you'll understand if I'm not part of this evening's plans. Animals are my best friends. I'm done trying to pretend. For better or worse, that's how I am. I just wanna ride my horse, maybe knit a sweater, love my man a little better, drink some wine, count the stars, and never have to drive too far. You know I spent my share of time in bars, chasing grown-up boys playing bass guitars, so I could say that I was with the band. Never home on a Friday night, always sleeping through dawn's early light, and always trying to play another hand. But now I just wanna ride my horse,